guys, welcome to my channel. I am Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I wanted to show you the Clever Fox budget book. So I did receive this planner for free from Clever Fox so I could review it and show it to you guys. I will link to everything in the description box below, and I also have a blog post where you can find more pictures and details about this book. So the first thing about the Clever Fox budget book, it's about 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches tall. The cover is super smooth. It feels like an imitation leather type material, but it's definitely not like real leather. For the price point, I can tell you it's not actual leather. But I do really love the feel of it. I love the little embossed designs on the cover. And it is a fairly hard cover. Like, it's not, I mean, it'll bend a little bit, but it's not super flexible either. And the color that I chose is the lavender. I love that it comes with this little ribbon around it to keep it closed. It has a ribbon bookmark to keep your place, and it has an elastic pen loop that's actually pretty big. There's still a little bit of trouble to get pens in it that have the rubber grip on them, but it is a bigger pen loop, and I have even been able to get like the Pilot G2 in here. It's probably one of the best elastic pen loops I've actually ever seen for the size of it, because I feel like most pen loops you can really fit like teeny tiny little pens, and so I was really happy with how big it was. Alright, and then opening up the planner, first we just have this blank page and you have the cover page, and then it goes into the first month, which I have filled out. I just wanted to show you a little bit about how I'm using it. So you can label which month it is at the top, you have some goals here, you have a checklist here, and then you have upcoming bills, upcoming purchases, and space for your income and your savings. Why I chose the budget book over their budget planner that they have is this list, this page right here, because in their budget planner they have a budget page, but it is categorized out and a lot of the spaces are actually already filled in for you. And whenever they do things like that, like any planner company, when they do things like that, I have a hard time relating to them because my bills are often very different from what they have pre-filled in. Even when I was living in an apartment and paying rent and utilities and all of that, like most of the things that are filled in were still things that didn't apply to me. So I love this one because it's just blank and I can put in whatever I want, but I still have room to put the budgeted, the actual, and the difference. And then at the bottom you have total income, total expenses, what the difference is, and how much you saved total. There's a totals bar here at the top for this column too. So I love the way this page is set up. It's exactly how I like to track my bills. And so that is the reason why I picked the budget book over the budget planner, and I really love it. And just some basic things to note. The paper is really nice. It is a smooth paper, which I love, and it is 120 GSM, which is, I believe that's equivalent to about 32 pounds paper, but it's a really nice paper. I really like it. I didn't have, like you can see, I don't have really any shadowing at all. And I used the Papermate Inkjoy to write this. It's a very bold gel pen and it didn't shadow through at all. So on the next page you have expense trackers, and you actually get 4 of them per month. I should also mention this is a 12-month planner. You do have space for the entire year in here, and it is undated, so you can start it whenever you want to. Anyway, so I separated these between what I spend from my bank account and what I spend in cash. If you have a lot of transactions and you want them all together, you could use all 4 pages just as one ongoing list. You could use one of them for sinking fund spending. Like, there's so many different ways that you could use these. So I love that there's 4 of them. It gives you lots of options to be able to have exactly what you need to track. Alright, and then after the expense trackers, you get 2 pages of dot grid paper. So this is perfect for anything else you might want to track. If you have sinking funds that you want to track, if you're investing and you want to track that per month, or if you just need space to just write notes and do math, which I often do. I love that you just have some blank pages to do with whatever you need. So it has a lot of the basic pages at the beginning that you can either adapt to how you need to use it or just use them as it is. But then you also get the dot grid pages for just anything else that you might need that's not already included. So after you go through the 12 months Then you get to the back and you have savings trackers. So you have 2 pages of savings trackers, so there's room for 8 different savings accounts. You could use these for sinking funds, you could use them for your emergency fund, or if you're saving for a house or a car, anything that you need for savings. This is a perfect place to put it, where you can have it to be able to reference later, and it'll be right there with the rest of your finances. One thing to note is that there are 12 lines here, so you really only have space to do 1 deposit per month. So what I would recommend is keeping track of it on your other pages throughout the rest of the month, and then at the end of each month just put in 1 single line, and that way you have room for the whole year. Alright, after the savings trackers, you also get 8 debt trackers. So again, same thing, there's 12 lines, so you'd probably just have to do the 1 monthly payment, or maybe it doesn't even take you that long to pay it off and you can do multiple payments. But either way, you have room for 8. I guess too, if you had less than 8 debts or less than 8 things that you're saving for, you could just continue it along one page, and then you have extra room that way too. And then after the debt trackers, you have the regular bill tracker. So how I would envision using this, I don't know specifically what they intended. What it seems like to me is that you would use this to track things like utilities and bills that happen every month. Then you can see there is space for 12 up at the top, the first 6 months on this side, and then the last half of the year here. And so you have room for once a month, and you could put in how much each thing is per month. So if you think of like utilities, unless you're on one of the payment plans where they balance it out over the year, your payments will usually vary. A lot of the utilities are based on use, and so the payments will change, especially when you're going between like winter and summer. Usually the gas and electric, they vary quite a bit just based on the types of things that you're needing for that weather. So I like that you can be able to track all throughout the year and you can see how it's changing, and then maybe plan for it a little bit better the next year, because you'll know what you used and how much you'll need to account for it. And then next you have the summary of the year. So this one also has the space for the 12 months at the top. But on this one, you're tracking your income, your total expenses, the difference, and your savings. Just like on the monthly pages where it had that at the bottom, right here, it's the same things that are coming right here. So you're pretty much just transferring those numbers over to this page. And then you have this as category. So I'm thinking that this is more spending. So you can put in the different categories that you tend to spend in, and then you can track. You can have at a glance through the whole year what you're spending on different categories throughout the year. Maybe when you get to September, you're spending a lot on clothes because you need to buy new clothes for school, for yourself, or for your children, or maybe you buy new clothes for the winter and then for the summer, something like that. But you can see maybe what months you're spending more. And this can go for holidays too. Like we have Valentine's Day coming up. Maybe you notice that you're spending more on groceries for Valentine's Day because you're buying extra treats or something like that. Like you can see where your spending fluctuates throughout the year. So I love that you can see all of that on one page. And that's just kind of a nice thing to be able to track too. So I love how similar these 2 pages are, but they are a little bit different. And you can use them to track different things. Or you could even just put everything just on one page if you don't have that many, and keep everything at a glance on one page. So either way, I think it's something I would have never thought of to include in a budget planner, but I just love it. Alright, and then after that you get some dot grid pages. I think there's 11 pages, like if you count each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so you get 11 dot grid pages. So this is great for anything else that you need to keep track of, any records that you need. Maybe you just have stuff that you need for reference. So you can put any of that in the back, or you need extra note space to just write whatever notes come up throughout the month. Either way, you have those pages to use however you wish, and I'm always a fan of notes pages when they put them in planners, so I'm definitely never going to complain about having notes pages. Alright, so that's the end of the book. In the back you do get a sheet of stickers, and there is a pocket. The pocket is made out of paper, but then the edges here, let me show you. They're kind of more of like a ribbon cloth-like material, which is nice because since this is the part that's moving a lot more, I think paper would rip really easily here. But they put this material on it that I think is actually going to be pretty sturdy, and it seems to be holding up really well. So that's nice. And then your little sticker sheet can fit right inside. And anything else that you might need to put in there for reference, or maybe you just have extra stickers that you use, anything. Having a pocket is always a bonus. So anyway, that is the Clever Fox budget book. I really love it. I love the colors. I will link to this below, as well as the budget planner, so you can look at both of them and kind of get an idea of which one would work best for you. They are a little bit different, but I love this book. I love the quality of it, especially for the price point. I think this runs like $15, $16 right now. So, I mean, for the cost, like, this is an amazing quality book. It has the stitched binding, by the way, which lays flat, which is amazing. There's nothing worse than opening up a book and then not even being able to get to the edge of the page because of the binding. But yeah, I love all of the little details. I mean, everything from the feel of the cover, the elastic, the ribbon, the closure, like, it's just a great little book, and it's perfect to just throw in your bag, and you can take it with you so you can track your expenses on the go, leave it home. Either way, like, I mean, it's a pretty petite little book. So I love the size of it. I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more planner videos, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.